We are talking to, for our first guest today, we're talking to once again the Boto's representative, Congressman Toby Tiangco. Good afternoon, Congressman. Welcome back to StoryCon.
Yes, good afternoon. Who's Miss Regina?
Hi. Yes, sir.
Congressman.
I'm with Amy, Ed, and Manny. Manny is sitting in for Ronald.
Hi. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sir, I'm sure you've heard over the weekend, si Yusek Claire Castro was quoted as saying na mukhang hindi na ganun ka-interesadong Malacanang to empower the ICI with what's that? Una, yung to cite in contempt those who refuse to attend and refuse to testify. And number
subpoena powers.
Subpoena powers. And number two, the proposal to grant them immunity from prosecution in the future after the ICI does its job. Your thoughts po? I understand that, you're among several legislators who proposed powers for the ICI.
Yes, we will have to clarify, no, kung ano yung pinanggagalingan ng kanilang statement na yon. Kasi I think, if I remember correctly, imbitado naman yung mga nasa part ng gobyerno na. I think DOJ was represented, the Office of the Ombudsman was represented nung nag-committee hearing yan, and there was no objection during that time, no? So, holiday kasi ngayon, so we'll have to clarify bakit ganun yung, is that the official stand of the whole government na hindi kailangan yun? Kasi nakita naman natin, di ba, noong sinagpi na si Saldico, binaliwala lang, hindi man lang sinagot kung bakit di siya makapunta. So I think valid naman yung to cite them in contempt. Kasi kung wala hindi pupunta doon yung iba, di ba? Tapos, I saw the interview of Secretary Babe Singson last Friday. In fact, he was requesting both houses of Congress na madaliin, di ba? So, medyo surprised ako doon sa press con ni Claire. Kanina ba yun?
Yes, sir. Pero, sir, yung sinasabi ni Claire, that's not the first time kasi we interviewed her as well nung November 30 rallies. That same Sunday, we asked her about that. Is Malacanang going to certify as urgent yung bill niya that everybody seems to be looking forward to? Sabi niya, 2 points. Number one, baka mag-overlap yan, so they need to study daw further. Baka mag-overlap yung functions with existing agencies. And number two, ang sabi niya, for example, the PNP and the NBI, they are able to investigate without the power to subpoena and cite in contempt people. So I'm sure that the ICI can do the same thing. So in other words, it's not the first time that she said it. She's been saying it repeatedly.
Hindi, PNP at NBI, iba naman yung investigasyon nun. Hindi naman humaharap yung mga tao yata dun eh. Ngayon, ano yung una sinabi mo, Ed?
Ano, sir? Overlap. Baka lang mag-overlap ang functions ng ICI with the other agencies that will be conducting the investigation and prosecution.
Hindi, kaya nga, doon sa part ng DOJ tsaka ng Ombudsman, kaya nga ang gagawin na lang doon is they will just recommend para hindi magkaroon ng constitutional violation, no? Because I think the Ombudsman has the sole authority to file against government officials, no? So parang tutulong na lang siya sa investigasyon ng Ombudsman. Yun yung idea doon, no? Anyway, I think the best thing for us to do in Congress is to hear their side again. Kasi may committee, na kami nun based doon sa November 13 hearing namin. Natatandaan ko, Webes yun, nag-marathon hearing nga kami nun Nagsimula kami, launa, tinapos namin, alas 6 para lang matapos kaagad. And nagkaroon ng substitute bill na yan So, tignan natin, siguro papatawag na lang ng committee chairman ulit yung mga government agencies to hear their side. I don't know kung anong balak ng committee chairman namin.
Congressman, ano po ang sentiments ng Kongreso sa pagpasa ng isang bagong batas para may ngipin naman itong ICI?
Ang understanding ko nga po, noong minarathon hearing namin yan. Kasi ang nangyari niyan, Monday nag-resume kami, di ba? Parang November 10, nag-resume kami. And then, nagkaroon ng technical working group yata on Tuesday or Wednesday. And then Thursday, committee meeting ulit para nga ginawa namin yung substitute bill. So, parang ang understanding ko noon, priority siya. So, pinakamabuti, mapakinggan ulit namin yung side naman ng mga agencies para malaman kung nagbago ba.
So, ang status po ay buhay pa ho?
Yes, as of last week. Ang status niyan as of last week is that iniintay na lang yung Committee on Appropriations. Kasi di ba may appropriations needed yan eh. So, in the previous Congresses, ang ginagawa na kasi, pag gumagawa ng bill at kailangan ng appropriations, dinadaan muna sa Committee on Appropriations yan because nung matagal na panahon ang nangyayari, for example, may bill na magtayo ng ospital. Hindi dumaan sa Committee on Appropriations. May bill nga magtayo ng ospital, hindi naman maitayo dahil walang pondo. So ngayon, ang ginawa, lahat ng kailangan ng appropriation, dinadaan muna sa Committee on Appropriations. So yun na lang dapat iniintay namin eh. Yun na lang dapat ang iniintay nun eh.
Congressman,
kasi tapos na siya doon sa Committee on Revision of Laws.
Kong Toby, there's another question in here about why President Marcos doesn't just certify it as urgent, which, as you well know, will shorten the timeline for it. Nakausap na namin si and send the signal, very clear signal that he means business, right? Si Congressman Erice and Congressman De Lima, among others, have told us, yes, you can pass it even without the president certifying it as urgent, but if you want it done this month, then he needs to do it, right? So you could bypass some of the congressional processes. So, again, the question is, why doesn't he just certify it as urgent? And now I'm asking you, not as a congressman, but as someone who is close to the president.
Oh, yan na naman tayo. Ako na naman naging close sa presidente. Hindi, ganito. Hindi, Regina.
Okay, go.
Regina, okay. Yung constitutional provision of certifying something urgent is due to an emergency. That's not a blanket authority. Kahit basahin niyo yung Constitution, the certification of urgency is to address a calamity. It's not a blanket authority na pwede mong i-certify lahat ng bill urgent, no? May coletilla yan. It should be to address an emergency. Di ba? Kaya nga kine-question minsan yung pag-certify ng budget urgent, di ba? Because hindi naman sa basta-basta lahat pwede mo i-certify na urgent, okay? Okay. Ngayon, kahit hindi naman siya i-certify urgent, Regina, kung meron pa kaming 5 session days, no? Bibigyan kita ng timetable. Kung mag-meeting lang
hindi na daw aabot eh.
Hindi, aabot yan. Tignan mo, bibigay ko sa'yo, ha? Ang reason lang bakit sina-certify urgent is para maiwasan yung 3-day rule between the second reading and the third reading. Yun lang naman yung reason kung bakit siya sina-certify urgent eh. Para kung certified urgent siya, pwede ka mag-second reading and third reading on the same day. Pero bigyan kita ng bilang ng araw, no? So, tomorrow, November 9, kung yung appropriations mag-meet, then November 9 yan.
December 9, sir.
Pag in-approve nila ng November 9, November 10, pwedeng mag-committee... December. Sorry, December 10, Wednesday, pwedeng committee report and second reading sa plenary. O sa next Monday, pwede na yan i-third reading. O di Monday, third reading. That's, ano ba yung Monday? 15. O, 16, magbabaikam kami. Kasi iba yung version ng Senate. 17, i-ratify yung BICAM. So may enough time. Basta mag-meeting yung appropriations bukas. At hindi kailangan ng urgency.
Pero sir, di ba, a lot of it has to do with the signaling or the lack of signaling, whether it has to do with the certification as urgent or simply a statement from Malacanang that, yes, we want this passed ASAP, with or without the certification. Doesn't that show or not show how much interest the palace has in granting these powers to the ICI?
Yes, I think that's what I think that's the proper term. It's not certifying it urgent, but knowing from the palace kung ano ba talaga, what direction will we take, no? I think that's the most important thing because baka the other members of Congress would wait for that before acting. Yeah, I think it's that. It's not the certification of urgency. It's the signal kung ano ba talaga.
Okay, sir. Now that we've identified that, what do you think of it? Obviously, the signals coming from Malacanang is parang we're not that particularly convinced that this has to be done or these powers have to be given, and so on down the line. So,
and you know what? Public perception on it mirrors that because at the start, I'm not sure if you saw the WR numerous surveys. At the start of this whole expose, tumaas yung approval ratings ni President Marcos, but then over time, over the next several months, people perceived it as losing steam. So that's when he started taking hits to his approval ratings, directly linked to the flood control scandal.
Yes, I totally agree, no? I totally agree. In fact, what I have been saying would happen if they don't act has already happened, di ba? I think in some interviews I've said that if they don't act, the ratings will further go down, or if the people find it too slow, the ratings will further go down. And that's what happened, di ba?
Well, ito sir, kung hindi nila, kahit hindi certification kung hindi nila bibigyan ng endorsement o push yung granting of more powers to the ICI, what do you think? How do you think the people will see this?
It won't look. I mean, kasi di ba, si Secretary Dave Singson gave an interview. Sabi niya, he requested both houses of Congress to pass it, di ba? And despite the fact of Sec Dave Singson saying na yan yung totoong reason kung bakit ako nag-resign dahil health issues, kung ano-ano yung speculation ng tao, di ba? Kung ano-ano iniisip nila. So it might just further fuel the speculations.
Ang masamang speculation, kung sabihin, moro-moro lang pala yung ICI.
I mean, di ba kasi kung ano-ano speculation ng tao, bakit nag-resign si Seth Babes despite him saying na it's really because of health. Tapos, in his interview last Thursday, he requested both houses of Congress na ipasa kaagad. Tapos, kung iba yung senyales ng Malacanang through Secretary Claire, it will just show na magkaiba sila ng stand doon sa pagsasabatas ng ICI, di ba? Then people will further speculate some other things.
What's
yan
the
ang
other
problema
thing,
dyan. No, they will speculate na hindi talaga nagkakasundo kaya nag-resign si Sec Babes, di ba?
Sorry. Tsaka kung walang pondo nabinigay yung DBM.
Well, na-download na daw. Just
Friday.
this month. Yeah.
No, Friday lang daw.
Tagal.
Binaba yung notice of cash allowance ng DBM even though the announcement was made in September. Pero this Friday lang ata nilabas yung NCA, notice of cash allowance. Meaning na pwede nang i-withdraw sa bangko.
Inutang muna.
hindi kasi klaro. I mean, kung hindi namin ipasa yung batas, kung hindi ba pasa yung batas, what happens to the present ICI? Yun ang hindi ko masyadong klaro
Ami, we lost you for a second there. Do you have any questions?
Inubulang ako.
Oh.
Sabi ni Ombudsman Boying Remulla, congressman mga 1 or 2 months na lang daw yung buhay niyang ICI actually kasi nagiging redundant daw yung trabaho with the Ombudsman and the DOJ. So mukhang yun ang it actually jives with what Claire Castro said, Kasi unang-una yung budget inabot ng 1 buwan bago din-download from the announcement yung 41 million. 3 weeks na lang yun na magagamitin nila, pambayad na lang yun ng mga utang nila. So, kung talagang gusto, bibigyan niya ng resources, hindi ba?
Yeah. But not to defend DBM, talagang medyo naman hindi ganun kapilit mag-release ng pondo sa DBM. Hindi naman. May mga ano yun may paperwork na required yun
Pero anong tingin niyo yung sinabi ni Ombudsman Remulla na na mukhang pwede namang alisin na lang yung ICI in 1 or 2 months wind up na.
Okay. Ako naman ang ano ko lang dito dapat maliwanag kung ano talaga yung mensahe, 'di ba? Hindi natin dapat iwanan sa spekulasyon ng tao kung ano yung mangyayari, kung ano yung dahilan. Siguro ang pinakamabuti liwanagin na lang kung ano talaga yung dapat gawin, kung ano yung mangyayari para wala na spekulasyon yung tao.
Pero wala namang opposition kaya? Wala kayang strong opposition from the House kung sakasakaling yun nga ang gawin na i-wind up na lang yung trabaho dahil wala namang ganyang mga powers, nagkakadoble-doble lang, at nagagastusan lang. I mean yun yung takbo ng explanation. Wala namang strong opposition kaya from congressmen?
Walang strong opposition from congressman kung hindi ipapasa o walang strong opposition from Congress to pass it? What do you mean?
Kung aalisin na lang yung ICI, kung sakasakali. Kung yan ang magiging policy ng Malacanang, alisin na lang natin yan. Total, nandyan na si Boying Remulla sa Ombudsman. Pabayaan na natin sila sa DOJ.
Yung present ICI, yung present ICI, wala naman magagawa yung Congress doon because it's an executive prerogative, di ba?
Hindi, ibig ko sabihin, siyempre magpuprotesta din gayon. May nakikita ba kayo dyan? Kung sakasakali lang, may magpuprotesta kayang malakas sa Congress. Kung sakasakali lang na i-abolish na lang nga. I-phase out.
Alam mo, Ami, ang worry ko dyan is yung optics di ba? Isipin mo, last week, madaming mga congressmen nagpunta doon voluntarily, di ba?
Kung naman, close door. Ang iniintay ng mga tao, humarap sa live stream.
Ang ibig ko sabihin, after pumunta ng mga congressmen doon voluntarily, saka i-abolish yung ICI. So, baka hindi maganda yung isipin ng tao, di ba?
Pero pwede naman sila ipatawag ng ombudsman May power, in fact, ang ombudsman to compel anybody to appear before the agency.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but my point, my ano lang is, liwanagin na lang kung ano talaga, di ba? Kasi kami sa Congress, may eksakto lang yung 5 araw So kung gusto mong ipasa yan before December, dapat maliwanag bukas para gumalaw na yung Committee on Appropriations bukas. Kung hindi kasi kung hindi mag-meeting yung Committee on Appropriations bukas, hindi talaga siya mapapasa before December, before the break.
Okay.
So, ang importante lang sa amin, maliwanag, no? Pero, madami talagang magreklamo dyan sa Congress kung hindi ipapasa yung ICI bill. And I think doon sa Senate, mas nauna pa nga sila, nag-second reading na yata doon
Yeah, correct. Okay, there's lots more to take this conversation to, but we have to leave it there because we're running out of time. But thank you so much for talking to us today, Navotas Representative Congressman Toby Tiangco.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.